So we're getting to the middle of summer, or as the weather says, maybe the end of summer. And what we're seeing more and more is a lot of people starting to forage, especially on social media. There's a lot of people who are covering foraging options. Now what that means is going outside of your kind of, well, not going outside of your personal area, but just looking outside of farmed products, farmed food, I suppose. And one thing that I really, really love at this time of year is finding hazelnuts. Now this is a big hazelnut shrub that I found. And I guess I just wanted to explain a little bit about foraging and how it can be done and how it's actually pretty cool to do, just because it's something that I think is really fun, especially when you're out and about walking, or you're going for a run, or you're out with the dog or your children, or whatever it might be, or even with your friends. So this here is how can I show that? This here is a hazelnut. And this here is quite a big shrub that I've come across while walking the dog. Obviously this time of year is really, really great for food if you know what you're looking for. So because it's been really wet, a lot of mushrooms have been doing quite well in forests. Now keep in mind, you can't really go mushroom foraging or picking in London because it's prohibited in a lot of the royal parks and a lot of other parks as well. So you do need to make sure that you're doing the right thing there. Don't go to Epping Forest in East London, because if you get caught, you will get fined, and it's a pretty hefty fee. But mushrooms is one thing which I really hope we'll do again this year. We'll probably go September, maybe October. We have a spot not too far from us which is really lovely, and we come back with lots of mushrooms. But hazelnuts are something you can find pretty much anywhere, whether you're in a city or if you're in the countryside. A lot of people use hazel shrubs for hedgerows in the countryside, and in the city a lot of people use them for ornamental trees or as screens to block out houses. Behind here there's a bunch of houses. I'm in a cemetery park right now, and nobody wants to have people looking in, so they use these big beautiful shrubs as screens. So what you kind of need to look for are leaves that are similar to this. Now there are different types of trees which do look quite similar, but what you want to be looking for are these kind of leaves. They're wide and they're they're very flat, and they're wide. Then underneath the leaves, I'm getting rained on here, you want to follow up until you find the fruit or the nut. Now it's still a little bit early for picking these because we are in early August, but across the continent people do pick them around now. But in London we have a big problem with squirrels, so you need to keep an eye on the shrub, keep an eye on the tree, and make sure that the squirrels don't get them before you do, because once they are ripe or just a little bit under, the squirrels will clear them out. And I promise you, I've seen like 20 bushes in our local park be cleared out by squirrels in the space of a week. So you're looking for something like this, a wide leaf, and the hazelnut like this. You can see this is really underripe. Oh, there's a bit of hair on there. There's always hair. So yeah, so when you're out and about, have a look, see if you find something. Don't pick it now because it's still a little bit too early. But once you do find something, make a note, write it down. And I would say probably last week in August, usually, that's when I usually like to go. However, this year we are quite behind because there's been no sun. So maybe early September, but keep on going back to the spot, check it out, look, see what you're looking for. I know there are spots all over London, in parks, along the canal, everywhere. Let me get further back so you can see how big this shrub is. It's pretty big. There are two types. Well, let's just talk generally speaking here. There are two types of kind of plants that produce these nuts. One is the Turkish hazel tree, which is an actual tree with a thick stem, if that's what you call it. And the other is a shrub which has multiple stems. Let me go under. Multiple stems like this. Though they can be quite big. They can be really, really big. But yeah, keep that in mind. Make a note of where you saw it. Go back late August, early September, and hopefully you'll get a nice hazelnut haul, which you can either sprinkle on your food, or you can throw in smoothies, or you can you can even try and make your own chocolate spread. That would be delicious. A bit of cocoa mass, mix it up, blend it up, be delicious. Anyway, keep keep an eye out, and if anybody finds hazelnuts and you do pick them, or you don't pick them, or you do something really cool with them, please let me know, because I would love to see, I would love to know that this video has helped somebody find wild food, free food in the city or the countryside.